Well, the ball is now in the union's court when it comes to a possible Canada Post strike. Canada Post tabled an offer to its union workers just hours ago. Right now, let's go to CP24's Jamie Goodfriend in the newsroom. Jamie.
Yeah, we got an update earlier today from the union, essentially saying if Canada Post did table a new offer by the end of today, that they would postpone strike action by Friday at midnight. That was the deadline, and that they would delay that for 2 weeks. So we did get some of the details of the offer, but we also want to bring in right now Mark Lubinski, who is the president of Toronto Local CUPW. Thank you so much for joining us, Mark. I want to get your reaction because we are getting some new information into the newsroom. Canada Post has put out a statement in regards to their latest offer that they want to move towards negotiations with urgency, but they go on to say that Canada Post has also declined a request from your union to take 2 weeks to consider the contents of the offers. And after 2 years of discussion, a lengthy strike, and a 5-month pause for the Industrial Inquiry Commission, our employees, customers, and the Canadians are looking for the certainty that only agreements can provide. Further delay is in no one's interest. I want to get your reaction to that statement.
Oh, I think it's a joke. You know, we're on the picket line in December. We finally received this this global offer, but they're unwilling to give us 2 weeks to delay any strike action, to delay it just for 2 weeks. It's disgusting, and now we know where the billions have gone. They're just action. They're the way they've been running their business. So there's no reason why they can't put a 2-week hold, a 2-week pause, where the government itself put a 4-month pause on the strike action by our union.
Do you feel that this is just an attempt to stall negotiations?
For the union, of course not. It's something the union needs to evaluate this global offer. It's something the members just received. The members never received any other global offer in the last 2 years. For Canada Post just to hold us hostage again, the government mandated us back to work, put a pause on it for months, and we're asking for a 2-week hold on a possible strike action by us, and they're saying no. There's something wrong. The Canadian public could see this. The government needs to talk to their CEO that they've appointed there. They need to have some action here. No one wants to hold Canada Post services hostage. We don't, and we never have. We just want a fair collective agreement, a fair wage increase, and we don't see and fair.
There's multiple aspects of this new offer, which includes a more than 13% wage increase over 4 years, improved benefits, entitlements, also providing employees with better income replacement for leave under short-term disability, and also 6 added personal days locked into the collective agreement. On the surface, obviously, I can appreciate that the union doesn't want to negotiate through the media, but on the surface of things, is that something you think is going to be acceptable to your union members?
It's something that the national union needs to see if it would be ratifiable. Our letter carriers will be, the whole lifestyle, the whole work of the letter carrier will be changed. I don't think it's going to work. Canada Post relied on the Kaplan report. The government relied on the Kaplan report. We knew this was going to happen. Nothing has changed from day one other than that they actually gave an offer to us. And the fact that they don't want to wait another 2 weeks for us to evaluate it, to see if it's ratifiable by the membership. It's not going to be done tomorrow. But Canada Post thinks everything's going to be done tomorrow. But they've taken months and months and years to even give us this global offer.
Obviously, one of the big stumbling blocks has been the talk about part-time work. The company wants to create stable and predictable part-time jobs for people who are looking for flexible work. The union says that's something that continues to impact negotiations. From what we understand, that the union wants full-time workers to move to those weekend shifts. How is that latest offer going to impact ongoing negotiations if it's not exactly what you're looking for?
Well, Canada Post put in the global offer exactly what they were talking about, having a gigafied workplace. They put in those stipulations about have part-time work for the weekend. They didn't take any of the suggestions the union has made regarding having full-timers work the Saturday and the Sunday shift and just have a floating day during the week. None of that was taken into account. It's whatever Canada Post said in the beginning. Only difference is now, 2 years later, they're able to give us a global offer, something we could actually look at and have the National Executive Board closely look at the changes Canada Post wants to make.
And part of that statement, the Crown Corporation says that they've recorded more than $3 billion in losses before tax since 2018. We know that Canada Post has been struggling to be competitive in certain areas when it comes to parcel deliveries. And just earlier this year, the Government of Canada announced a repayable funding of up to over $1 billion to Canada Post to prevent insolvency. How is this company supposed to stay competitive when they're burning money like this?
Well, maybe there should be a commission on how Canada Post has been run for the last 2 years. These $2 billion, it just didn't happen overnight. There's been an effective vice president. The management has been obviously, they haven't been doing their job. And we're looking at the workers, the middle class here, and throwing this global offer at them. It's something that's not even discussed. We should see what went wrong so it doesn't go wrong in the future. It's the mismanagement, the investment of $1 billion in a new plant that was not necessary, that doesn't have any mail to be running. We heard about 50 managers being fired. Only 50? Like $2 billion? Come on. Some vice presidents need to go. Some CEO needs to go.
Mark, in the last job action that lasted 32 days over the course of November and December of last year, for many small businesses in Canada, that was the final straw for them, and that they've decided to partner up with other delivery services, something that they can rely on. They felt that, another job action, that was just too much for them, and they can't basically move forward partnering with Canada Post if there is going to be these kind of labor disruptions. What's your message to Canadian businesses who've already decided to work with another company, or after this potential job action feel that this might be the final straw for them? What's your message to those businesses?
We know with interprovincial trade, Canada Post is the most effective and the cheapest method to have delivery throughout Canada. We know small businesses will come back once Canada Post puts this act back together. It's not the workers' fault. We have to do something. We didn't have a collective agreement for so many years. It's taken Canada Post so long to come to this. Those small businesses, I feel for them. I know a lot of people that own small businesses that work out of their home that need door-to-door delivery to their homes because a lot of small businesses run there. So we feel we have the empathy for the small businesses, for the Canadian public, but it's Canada Post. Canada Post stakeholder is the government of Canada.
Mark Lubinski, president of Toronto Local CUPW. We appreciate your time and perspective. Thank you so much.
Thank you.